All right, Franken-Castle finally joins the contest. Let's break him down. Yeah, so Franken-Castle joins the contest with Poison Immunity. He has Crush, Spectre Immune, Petrify Immune, and other bunch of great utility that we're definitely gonna talk about and break down. But first, we gotta discuss his combo. What is his combo like? Well, his combo wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed his combo. He wasn't clunky to play at all. I thought he was relatively easy to play at all, to be honest. Like, he has a little bit of a tricky play style, but once you figure it out, like, you really can dominate the contest in ways that are similar to other powerful champions in the contest, like maybe Hercules or someone like that. But like, his burst damage, really great. I did enjoy it and I had a good time with it. And I also liked his immunities as well. Like, I think they did a good job with his immunities. This dude, he got some good immunities, not damage over time necessarily, but like good utility immunities. But let's discuss his strengths. What are his strengths? Well, one of his strengths is he has unstoppable. When he doesn't remain idle. If you let your character just dash in, he gains unstoppable, and that unstoppable could lead to a crush or makes him unblockable. So I thought that was really beneficial. He also has a scaling SP1. The more incinerates you have on the opponent, the more powerful his special one will be, and that burst damage can be insane. And you can get incinerates with a heavy attack or with the SP2. So yeah, his SP1 can really do a lot of damage if you time it right. So keep that in mind. I don't think there's a limit on his incinerates either, and they're long lasting as well. Those incinerates last for a minute. And another one of his strengths is that when he's awakened, he has an undying passive. So like, he's not going to die from like a damage over time effect as long as he got that undying active. And you could definitely use that. And if he does die from it, you can get some kind of fury, I believe. He does have some weaknesses though. One of his weaknesses is someone who can counter his unstoppable, who may put a slow on him, because he's kind of relied on that unstoppable to really gain that crush and to really do damage and for his rotation. And also like damage over time or true damage effects. Like, he benefits from non-damaging debuffs, but if you put an actual damaging debuff on him, he's going to not be as effective. And he's also kind of reliant on his incinerates, meaning like he does some energy burst damage, but if you have a champion who's energy resistant or is incinerate immune, he's not going to be as effective when fighting. He does have some immunities. One of his immunities is he's poison immune. You can't poison him, so keep that in mind. So that could be good for the damage masteries. Another one of his immunities is he is Petrify immune. So champions like Void, you can't really reverse his healing. Well, you can reverse his healing or stop his healing, but only down to 65%. So keep that in mind. He has built-in willpower into his kit. So, and he's also Spectre immune. Now, if you have Spectre, or you can put a Spectre on him, he's going to be immune to it. So I think those are pretty good immunities in my opinion. Now, what is he like awakens? Well, I'm gonna read you his awaken ability because I think his awaken ability is beneficial. When Frank activates a special attack, he gains an undying passive for 10 seconds. If this undying prevents him from being knocked out, he gains a personal rage debuff for 20 seconds. So not a fury, but a rage. And Frank gets 500 critical rating for each non-damaging debuff he is suffering from, up to 10. While the opponent is incinerated, Frank gains 1800 energy penetration, double when fighting science champions. So he's going to benefit from that, from being awakened. That undying only really works when he's awakened. He doesn't have access to it when he's not awakened. So he does need to be awakened, but I would say he doesn't really need high sig unless you're trying to go for prestige. But yeah, having him awaken only adds even more utility to him. Like, that just adds more utility to your kit. And I won't lie, I had a difficult time trying to find weaknesses in this guy. He does have them like every champion, but his weaknesses, you can get over him. His prestige is 33,440, so I think he has pretty decent prestige. So yeah, I think, yeah, he brings a lot. Now, what is he like on defense? Well, defensively, he might just be a kind of a stall champion a little bit. He's a very tanky champion, and he has that regeneration, which you can't really stop. So he's definitely going to be in the way. But again, if you put damaging debuffs on him, or you have true damage, you can kind of melt him down a little bit, as you can see right here. But I would definitely recommend not putting any non-damaging debuffs, because that's not really going to stop his healing. That's just going to just like slow him down, but not really stop him. So you want people who do damaging debuffs or have a lot of damage in their kit. So like CGR, Hercules, Thanos. Okoye, as you can see right here, we can blitz him down because Okoye puts shock and bleeds, and as you can see, he's not immune to either one of those. Now, you can't poison him. I did say he was poison immune, but again, if you have Archangel, you probably still could like put a poison on him and still reduce his ability accuracy. So I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, you also got to be cognizant of that crush too. So again, I think he'll probably be a tricky defender and a star defender in Battlegrounds, but I feel like he's gonna be used everywhere. The stat focus I recommend for him offensively is critical rating, and defensively is block penetration, especially defensively because his SP1 has all those hits, kind of like a Bishop. But that critical rating is only going to boost up when you pair it with his Incinerates and that energy burst damage that he does. So again, that's just my recommendation. Leave a comment below if you think, you know, there will be other stat focus that he'll be better for. The Relic, there are a couple of relics I recommend for him. The Winter Soldier Relic, because it will grant him cruelty when he inflicts Incinerate, and also grants him a chance to deal bursts of energy damage when they expire or when they're refreshed. So yeah, that's, I guess, yeah, I would put the Winter Soldier Relic on him because I think that would be my first choice in relics, to be honest. The other one is the Bullseye Relic. The critical rating granted by this relic stacks nicely with Frank's damage potential with his Unstoppable and his Berserk. So yeah, you have an option when it comes to the relics for Franken-Castle, but I would personally lean towards the Winter Soldier Relic. Now, he has a lot of masteries I'll recommend for him. I'll recommend the Willpower Mastery, the Recovery Mastery, and Equity and Despair, the Recoil Mastery, and Liquid Courage and Double Edge. This dude, I feel like he was kind of built for the damage masteries. He has the healing, which can't really be reduced, only up down to about 65%. And he's immune to poison. And once that bleed fall off, he'll be good. So you're just going to be stacking his attack with the damage mastery. If I had him, or when I do get him, I probably will run him with the damage masteries because he's only going to hit even harder. So keep that in mind. Now, what are my overall thoughts on this champion? I think Kabam knocked out the park with this guy. This dude is like that. He has great damage. He has great utility. He's a good defender, and he's fine unawakened. Unless you want that undying passive, then he does need to be awakened, but he's fine at low sig. The cons is he's kind of debuff reliant because you need those Incinerates to really scale the SP1. He also has a really tricky playstyle in regards to him going unstoppable because he doesn't remain idle. So trying to get the AI or your character to run so he can gain that unstoppable and gain that crest can be interesting. The willpower healing, it's in his kit, but if you have willpower activated already, you're not going to really benefit from an extra point in willpower, meaning like you can't add your own points in willpower and then add an extra point from the one that's built in his kit. So I thought that was kind of a con. And the cooldown for crest can be kind of long, like it'll work, but if you're in a Battlegrounds fight, it's going to take a while for it to exit that cooldown. So keep that in mind. But I feel like his pros far outweigh his cons. Like, you can definitely learn his playstyle even though it's tricky. The willpower healing thing, most people run 3 points in willpower, so it's not really going to be that bad. And the crust cooldown, again, that can be bad, but I mean, anyone can deal with that. I was actually having a difficult time finding real cons to this guy. He does have a few like every champion, but I think Kabam knocked out the park. Like, I think this guy's a solid champion, so keep that in mind. And if you do go for that early access bundle, make sure you use my code Lefty in the Kabam store. I'll have it somewhere on screen. But overall, I think this is a solid champion. I think Kabam knocked out the park, and I'm hoping I get him from the Titan when he's made available on Titan. So GG's Kabam, well-deserved champion. I'm looking forward to getting this champion, ranking him up, and I might even consider using an Awakening Gem on him. But let me know your thoughts below. If you did like this video, please leave a like for me. And for anyone new here, if you can hit that sub, I'll greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.